Once again, during the Texas Tribune Festival, Susan Rice, the former U.S. National Security Advisor for President Obama, was asked about former Vice President Biden and Ukraine. Here's what former Ambassador Rice had to say.
Do the White House and the NSC ever have concerns about the Vice President's dealings, Vice President Biden's dealings in Ukraine, or his son's dealings in Ukraine? The President now, President Trump, has raised this as an issue. Was that ever an issue or a serious concern inside the administration?
No, and let me explain why. There's a complete distract and deflect play going on here, which is to try to conflate what Vice President Biden did at President Obama's behest on behalf of transparent and overt U.S. policy objectives, pushing back on corruption in a country where the United States and our allies were providing billions of dollars of economic assistance, and trying to bolster this nascent democracy in Ukraine. Vice President Biden made phone calls and took trips in support of that U.S. policy objective. It was transparent. It was stated openly. It was backed by our Western partners and the IMF. There was no secrecy about it. There were no hiding the records or the transcripts. It was all the basic work of diplomacy. And to suggest that there is some equivalence between the President of the United States, this President, Trump, extorting a foreign leader to advance his partisan personal interests, and the Vice President or President of the United States in Biden or Obama pursuing a policy that was open and transparent and backed by Congress that was pursuant to our interests, is completely apples and oranges.
Yesterday at an awards ceremony hosted by Georgetown University, Hillary Clinton talked about the House Democrats' impeachment inquiry and the whistleblower complaint against President Trump. Here's what former Secretary of State Clinton had to say.
But of course, we all know that she has just announced the opening of an impeachment inquiry into the president on the basis of evidence that he betrayed his oath of office to uphold the Constitution and protect and defend our country. He has turned American diplomacy into a cheap extortion racket. He has denigrated, and let's be honest, stabbed in the back, the career Foreign Service officers who serve bravely and selflessly no matter the politics of the administration that they are working under. And now they are caught in the crossfire. I was proud to serve with Foreign Service officers and civil servants at the State Department, and I know firsthand that they deserve the support and gratitude of all Americans. Now, sadly, we've known who Donald Trump is for some time now. We knew he was a corrupt businessman who cheated people. We knew that he and his campaign invited foreign adversaries to tamper with our elections. And now we know that in the course of his duties as president, he's endangered us all by putting his personal and political interests ahead of the interests of the American people. But this is ultimately about much more than Donald Trump. It is about us. It is about who we are as a nation. History is being written, and the world and our children are watching.
Let's talk to Greg, who's calling from Corning, Ohio, and Greg opposes the impeachment inquiry. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. Good morning. Hey, yeah, I oppose it. This man was put in the office as commander-in-chief, the top dog, to clean up this mess that the Democrats have created all these years. They're the most crookedest thing on the planet. And I don't know why you people don't see it. You people are brainwashed if you vote for a Democrat. That's about all I got to say.
Let's talk to Kirk, who's calling from Roselle, New Jersey. Kirk, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
I support the inquiry, and I don't want the American people to fall for the shiny object that Trump's people are putting out there. He puts the banana in the tailpipe. There's nothing wrong with what happened with Biden and his son. But they need to watch out for what Jared Kushner is doing, Ivanka and Eric around the country and in the nation. They are out in foreign lands making money. This guy's made probably $60 trillion already on the government's back. With the
We'd like to thank all of our callers then for calling in on this topic this morning.